Hello everyone, sorry I'm a little bit late. Oh geez, no, that's not good. Okay, so for some reason my audio isn't working. Okay, let's see. It's still attached to here. Whoa. Oh, okay. Whew. Can you hear me now? Okay, good. Alright, so thank you. Alright. Hi everybody, sorry I'm a little bit late. I had work. This is just for fun. But yeah, so we can go ahead and get started with some pie charm. I am stressed out today. Like, everything that could go wrong did go wrong, and I'm tired. Thank you for joining me. How is everybody today? Are you here to learn Python? The Python. Ooh, I'm tired. How was everybody else's day? How was your work or school? Hi, Roble. 007, Fogel, Halal, Shake, Stephen Osomafo, Michael, hello, Tree, hello, Emmanuel, hello. Okay, so when there's a couple more people in the room, or if people just tell me that they're here to learn Python, then we can get started. Hi, Tree, how are you? Let's see, we can have a new Python file. My cat sounds trapped. Let me see. What is today? Oh, I forgot to. Let me commit the changes from last week. Oh, sorry, I'm very behind apparently. Let's see what was in test up here. Y and B. Okay. Let me just commit these right quick. And 1016. Okay, push. Alrighty then. Okay. Python day, yes, today's Python. I'm kind of thinking that we should just do the same thing that we did for Java. And we'll just do it for Python. And then let me go ahead. I'm gonna enlarge this a little bit. Wait, does it even let me? Apparently it doesn't. Oh. What? Control Z. Controls. Oh no. Okay. It's fine. We're fine. We're not panicking at all. Okay, what are we doing? I need to create a new file for today. New file. Ooh, who's talking? Hi Nikki, how are you? We're doing Python today. So it's gonna be intro _2 _python dot py? No. underscore 10 underscore 23 dot py. I'm using PyCharm. And then let me see. Okay. Let's see. Cool. All right. So Django I'm learning, but I don't use it right now. I do not build apps, like if you're asking mobile apps. I am interested in learning to build mobile apps, but I just don't have time right now. Okay, so let's see, what else? What are we thinking? I literally just left from work and came back here. Like, today was a long day. And my cat is demanding attention. Let's all just take a moment and breathe, shall we? Woosah. Make the font bigger. So what I can do is zoom in a bit. Okay, is that better? You don't really need to see the file structure or anything. Yeah, okay, that's good enough. All right, sounds great. Thank you for letting me know. This is also on the tube, so let me go ahead and just open up my comments there just in case. Yes, so let me get you my GitHub repo. So let's see. Hey, Dr. Barry, how are you? I am tired, and we have a meeting tomorrow, and I need to get on that. I think that the package might have arrived today. Wait, what am I doing? Okay, right, okay. So there's a README here that you can look at for learning Python. Oop. I'm still like thinking that I'm using a Mac right now, so I'm like trying to switch keyboards in my brain. Okay, so this is what you can use to find out more information about how you can learn Python, because okay, so here I have a README, right? And this has resources that you can use. So let's see. Learnpython.org, W3 Schools, Geeks for Geeks, Baldung. Baldung may not be applicable for Python. I think it's for Java and Spring Boot. Tutorials point. I'll move this around a little bit. And then Kaggle if you're looking at data sets. And then VS Code versus Google Colab. I don't use VS Code or Google Colab, but it doesn't really matter. You can do the same things. We're just gonna be using GitHub. But you can use VS Code if you want to. I'm not sure about Google Colab. I haven't tried that one. But I think that they're both like within the browser, right? They're IDEs within the browser. Hi, Mr. Difficult. How are you? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And then, oh crap, I need to open up the tube. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and make sure that we're seeing everybody. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I need to go to that video and then I need to okay. Thank you for being patient, everybody. I had a long day at work and I just finished work like 30 minutes ago or like an hour ago, and then I raced over here because I was like, I have to go see my people and talk to them about the Python. Okay, they're both open now. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. If anybody has any difficulty reading the text, just let me know. You can also rotate your phone now so you can see the, oh, let me move my face. That's not helpful. Okay, so let's see. Oh, why are there two faces? Why are there three faces? Okay. Alright, so now let's go, it says fit to screen, crop. Let's crop this a bit so that you can see it better. And then let me open this some more, and then let me crop again. Just because I want you to be able to see it better. Let's see. Oh. Let's try one more time. Crop. Thank you for waiting, everybody. I'm just trying to fix the screen a little bit. Oh no, that's not what I was supposed to do. See, even software engineers sometimes have a hard time with computers. That's what you should take away from this. Okay. Alright, let me resize this so that you can see it better. I still feel like this is too small, but you can let me know in the comments if you think it's too small. What do you think? Did I just... I'm just like working against myself today. What is this random thing? Okay. Okay. I think that's good. Okay, if somebody rotates their phone, can you tell me whether or not you can see the screen okay? Please. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get started because I know that this is delayed. Sorry about that. Alright, so... Okay, cool. Perfect. Thank you. Alright, so let's go ahead and do Python. We're gonna do the same thing that we do... What are we doing tonight, Pinky? The same thing we do what are we doing tonight, Brain? The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Okay. And I'm probably just stealing things from Lynette, but whatever. Okay, so let's go ahead and do data types, right? We're gonna do data types, then we're gonna do data structures. What do I know about that? How young do you think I am? Sir? Excuse me. I'm not allowed to know about Pinky and the Brain? Okay, data types, data structures, loops, and conditional statements. I know somebody said that they need to learn loops, so we're gonna do that. Alright. You're good. I'm just like, I didn't know I wasn't allowed to know about this, so... Okay, let me actually scooch this over just a tad because you don't really... Well, I mean, I guess you need to see the line numbers a little bit so that if you want to correct me. Thank you, Coolback. I appreciate that. I'm not sharing how old I am on live stream because people get weird. Is C programming really needed for SWE? Does somebody want to answer Juan? Because there's a long list of things that you could say to that. Short answer is, it doesn't have to be C. There's a lot of different programming languages, and it just depends on what you're working on and what industry you're in and what your team is doing and all of these different things. But let me see if I can fix the little camera. Okay. You don't need to see what I look like or what my apartment looks like. Okay. Cool, boss man. Okay, I'm gonna get started. Sorry about that. Alright, so in Python, you do not need to explicitly declare the data types. So for some of you who are not familiar with Python, it's gonna look really weird, but we're just gonna keep going. So we're gonna say title is gonna be Pinky and the Brain. The Brain, right? And this is a string. And then number of mice is going to be 2, and this is an int, and then value of pi, not that pi is going to be like 3.1415. Is it 692? Float, right? So these are different data types. So we have a string, we have an int, we have a float. A string is just going to be like any kind of text. It can have like commas or apostrophes. It can also have double quotes, but if you want to use double quotes, then you have to use like an escape so that it understands that it's supposed to be a quote. like this, right? Yeah, we're coding in Python. So let's see. 3.1415926. 3.1415926. Thank you. You're welcome, Faith. I'm happy to be here. Okay, so we have title is a string. We have number of mice is an int, which is basically an integer. It's a whole number. Are quotes the same as comments? No. No. Okay, so this right here, these quotation marks, they're used to say this is a string. This hash right here is used to say this is a comment, but you can do a multi-line comment, which does use double quotes. So if you do a multi-line comment, that's going to be like 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to say like, hi, this is a multi-line comment. Sorry, a lot of clicking. Whoa. Okay, so right, this is a multi-line comment. But these are just single line comments. They don't even really have to be on a line. They can be like on the same line as a statement. Okay. Why isn't the multi-line gray too? This is just the IDE, so different IDEs will have different color schemes. So in this case, the multi-line comment is actually, isn't this a comment? Let's double check. I believe it is it not? Actually, I might be wrong about that. 1 second. Let's double check. Def is a keyword that you use to define a method. Multi-line comment in Python. Yeah, that's a multi-line comment. Let's see if we can see multi-line string. Oh, wait. I guess... Okay. So it could be used both ways, but it is 3 quotes is for multi-line comment. It's also for creating a string apparently, which actually that makes it super confusing. Okay, multi-line underscore string equals, and let's print multi-line string. Thank you for pointing that out, Mr. Difficult. I didn't even realize that. It is 3 double quotes, yes. Let's see, current file. And I just looked this up to double check, but it does say it's a multi-line comment too. But there's a couple different ways you could do it. I'm not doing all the different ways you can do comments. That's outside the scope of this tutorial. Okay, so son of Jesus. What does def mean? Def is the keyword that you use to define a method or a function. Right? Okay. So other things to know, when we create variable names, we use all lowercase, like you could see here. If you need to put spaces between them, you can put underscores. Like we use snake case in Python instead of camel case. Right? And so let's see, we have an integer here. If we wanted to have like a really big integer, then we could also use underscore. So underscore, 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 right? Okay, so this is still gonna read like 2 billion to the, is it 2 billion? Is that 2 billion or 2 trillion? That's 2 trillion, isn't it? Yeah, you can do that. You can even do it, I mean, technically, I think you can also do it in the floats, and that's still valid. It's just to help break up the number. Trillion, yeah. I mean, wouldn't it make more sense if trillion was like 3 sets of zeros, but instead it's like 1, 2, 3. I guess it's because this is a million, right? So then adding 3, but that still doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Anyways, numbers, right? Okay. So we have a multi-line string here. We have, okay, so we did data types, main data types. I guess we could do booleans, even though booleans are kind of boring. So is underscore this underscore boring equals true, and this is a valid Boolean. So a Boolean is either true or false, and it's with the capital first letter. Hi TT, how are you? Thank you. So I am not going to do classes right now. That's a little bit later. Do we have to memorize the structure of a for loop? Yes, I would say just memorizing some of the syntax makes it easier. Do you gotta be on a laptop PC to use Python? Do you mean like, can you use it on your phone? Is that what you're asking? Yes, you can put an underscore in the int. Unrelated question, do you have any tutorials on Java linked lists? No, but they are available on the internet. Thanks, Abdullah. Hi, Emmy. Okay, we're gonna keep going. And also, if you guys could do me a favor and like the live if you are enjoying this, that would help me. Help you get better in Python. I'm trying! That's what we're doing! But you still have to study it on your own, because otherwise you won't get better. Okay, so I'm gonna take some water. Technically you could, but it's like it's more like in an app. You can't really just do Python on mobile as far as I know. Cool. I'm glad, Faya. Alright. Will I do try and accept? I'm not sure yet. I didn't really try and accept, sorry. I didn't really get much of a break today before I started this, so I'm not sure how long we'll be able to do this tonight. Teaching, what program? This is just beginners Python. Hello, I'm currently in CS class and your tutorials really helped me out recently. Aw, thank you, D, I'm glad. I'm really glad that's helped you. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff to do, right? Okay, so what we usually do is list tuples, sets. Am I going too low? Yeah, a little bit. Okay, let's add some spacing. What is it called on laptop to start? So I use PyCharm, but you can also use VS Code. Windsurf? What is Windsurf like? If you want, you can message me directly. Any like videos online for beginners? On my YouTube, yes. Okay, so we have list, tuple, sets. So I'm gonna need your help in the comments. Hi ISI, how are you? So I need two things from you guys because I don't get paid for this. I'm doing this for free and it takes a bit of time. So if you could like the live, that's one thing. And the second thing is when we're gonna do some examples, right? So then I'm gonna ask some questions, and if you could put your answer in the chat, then that would help me to remember that you are here, and that helps it just be more engaging and more fun for me. Because that means that I stay longer. If I'm happy, if I'm having fun, then I stay longer on the live. Okay, so let's do drinks equals, and then we're gonna use square brackets, right? Okay, in the chat, could you please, hi Tomoko, how are you? Could you please add some drinks to the chat? Like, what should we add to this list right here? Pina colada, okay, pina colada, Sprite. And if I don't get yours, then I apologize. Okay, so we have Modelo. I'm gonna change this to Coke, sorry. Actually not Coke. Nissan is not a... Who are these people in the chat? Okay, apple juice. Okay. Bisap, what is that? My lives are on Mondays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST and 6 p.m. PST. But sometimes I'm a little late. So, give or take 30 minutes. What about water? Water is another one. Malt liquor. I think you might have a problem. And the first thing you should do when you have a problem is to admit you have a problem. And then things get better from there. Can you mix data types on Python lists? Yes, you can. Okay, Bisap is hibiscus juice. I didn't know that. Like, hibiscus is Jamaica in Spanish, but I didn't know it was Bisap. Okay, you are a problem. Well, that's another problem. Okay, thank you. All right, so as you can see, we already have, we don't have much more space on the screen, so I'm not going to continue adding a fully functional calculator. That takes some time, but that is a good project. Calculator. The only thing I don't like is user interfaces, because that's a little bit of a pain. Are we going to also add strawberry lemonade? What exactly is this going to do when it's done? It is going to teach people who do not know how to do Python. That's what it's going to do. Okay, so we have drinks, pina colada, Sprite, apple juice. Okay, so what about lists? This is a list, right? How did I learn? I did go to school, but I went to school for Java, and then I taught myself Python. And it was about 3 months to have the fundamentals down, and I learned it over 10 years ago, but I'm still intermediate because I didn't really keep with it. Okay, so let's see, we have a list, and then we have 4 characteristics for each of these types of data structures, right? So I'm going to go say ordered. There, it's ordered, it is indexable, it is mutable, and it allows duplicates. The build pattern design. Tamago, you want to message me that? Okay, so we have list, right? So ordered, that means that every time we get a specific value at it, or a value at a specific index, it's going to print the same thing every time because it stays in the order that you initialize the list, right? So if I run this, I say drinks at 0, it's going to give us pina colada because in Python, we're using, Python does 0 indexing, right? Okay, so let me go ahead and comment this out because we don't need this. Okay, so drinks at 0 is pina colada. What about drinks at 2? What would drinks at 2 be? Yep, apple juice. Thank you, curly-haired Sayin. Huh. Okay, cool. Nice work, everybody. That's a lot of people in the chat. Cool. Okay, so we understand what ordered means, yes? Tuple sets, dictionaries. Yes, we're going to do dictionaries after this. Okay, so we have drinks, and then we can also do some changes to this. So we could do drinks at 0 will equal strawberry lemonade, strawberry lemonade, right? Okay, and then we print drinks, and then we run this again. Oh, actually I can leave that there. So this is reassigning a value, right? So I'm reassigning the value at index 0. So when we look at this again, even though before this line it prints pina colada because pina colada was in there up until we got to line 27, you can't see the line numbers, up until line 27, and then at line 27 it says, actually I don't want pina colada in the list anymore, so we're gonna do strawberry lemonade. Python and Java, there's no one that's better than the other. It's just what you choose to work on and like what's the use case or what's the need. Yes, this will be uploaded to YouTube. It's currently on YouTube. I'm streaming, but it's going to save to YouTube. Okay. Can you teach me? That's what we're doing right now. Okay, so let's see. So drinks at 0 is strawberry lemonade, print drinks. So now we have strawberry lemonade, and then we have Sprite, and then we have apple juice. We can also, because the list is mutable, if we wanted to, we could also do drinks.append. What should we append to the list here? There's, we can add something to the list. What should we add? I don't remember what everybody said. Maybe guava juice. And then we print this, drinks, right? Water. Name on my YouTube, it's in my bio. can you do backend engineering with Python? Yes, you can. Or are you asking me, can I do it? Because I'm not very good at it yet. I'm practicing. What days are classes and times? Mondays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. PST. For learning Java, look at the README file on my GitHub. Yes, I use Java for work. Okay, people being rude. All right. So, thank you, Sayan. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. So we have guava juice, and notice how when we print this, you see guava here? You can't see it because it's, okay, I scoot this over this way. You can see guava now, right? Okay, so we have guava juice here. So this is what we mean by when we say append. We can also remove from the list. So I could do drinks.remove, and let's remove Sprite. Okay, and I run this, and then, oh, I didn't even print anything. So let's print drinks, right? Okay, I run this. Okay. So now Sprite is no longer in the list. That's what I'm showing you. Okay. And so we can also just delete something without saying what is the specific element that it is. So we can go ahead and do del is going to be drinks at 0. Or sorry, we'll do drinks at 1. So what is drinks at 1 right now based on what we have printed out here? What should it remove from the list? Thank you, Screwy Prisms. I appreciate that. Hello world is boring. Error? Will it be an error? Okay. Okay. So 1 is apple juice. Let's see. And you see now we have strawberry lemonade and guava because apple juice was already removed. Right? Okay, so this is all examples of how a list is mutable. I agree with Tamago. When you learn one language, then other languages become easier to learn because there's specific concepts that sort of are similar between different languages. I used like learnpython.org, and I worked on a project. That's how I became better at Python. But I already had some programming experience. No, dictionaries will be after sets and tuples. So first we'll do tuples. So let's go ahead and do flowers in the chat. Actually, let's do makeup brands. Okay, so this is tuple. So in the chat, could you please give me some makeup brands? Equals, and then we're gonna use parentheses now. Morph. Is it morph or is it morphe? I think it's morphe, right? Okay, and then what else do we have? We have Sephora. Sephora isn't a makeup brand. Huda. Is it? I mean, technically. Okay. Milk. Fenty. Fenty. Okay. And then, yeah, we got Huda. Okay. Maybelline, Dior. Okay, I'll add Dior. Actually, yeah, we'll add Dior. Okay. So the thing about a tuple is that it's also ordered. It is not mutable. It's not mutable. It is indexable. Nars, Givenchy. Thank you everybody in the chat for commenting. Okay, not mutable. And then can contain duplicates. So I'll say duplicates allowed. Okay, cool. So now we can go ahead and print makeup, oh my goodness, makeup brands at, let's say 3. And what is that going to print? How long did it take me to code without looking at the keyboard? That's like a typing thing. So with typing 0, 1, 2, 3. Makeup brands at 3. So that's Fenty. Jesus got it. And I'm not sure how to say your name, sorry. Kingamil? Mutable means that you can change it. Like all these things that we did, right? We did append, we did remove, we did delete, we did reassigning. So all of these things are showing that the list is mutable, but you cannot do these things with a tuple. You can't reassign values. You can't, why is it not milk? You can't reassign values. You can't append to the end. You can't delete. You can't remove any elements. So I'm sorry, Jay, but I can't help with homework, and I'm doing a live stream right now, and there's a bunch of people here who are trying to learn Python. Okay, so makeup brands, why is it not milk? It's because we go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Because we start at 0. That's what it means by like Python uses 0 indexing. So it starts at 0, or it's 0 indexed. And that's for a lot of programming languages. Okay, so we have tuple. If we tried to append something or remove something, we would get an error. Jay, you have to message me directly. Okay, so we have, but I'm also really tired from work because I worked a lot today. Okay, so we have a tuple. Let's do a set. You're welcome, life hacks. Okay, let's do a set. So a set is not ordered. It is not indexable. What else? It is mutable. And duplicates are not allowed. So the parentheses and the curly braces, it just depends, because in this case, parentheses are going to be used for creating tuples, and curly braces are going to be used for, I'm going to delete this. And curly braces are going to be used for creating sets or dictionaries. And thank you everybody for liking the live. I appreciate it. Okay. So, let's see. What's the best use case for tuple? It's basically like a constant list that you cannot change. And you want to make sure it's basically a way of building safety into your program, but it's also used for reducing like overhead in terms of memory. So because it doesn't have to be dynamic like a list does, then you're using less memory in your program. Okay. Okay, let's see. When are you getting into remote method invocation? Not doing that, Rodrigo. And this is why Python is so difficult. It's okay, Mary. When would it be used in real life? Somebody's told me like temperature, but like any time that you don't want the values to change. Like it could be a list of countries, for example, or a list of states. Maybe you don't want to use a list because the number of states is not going to change. Maybe the number of countries doesn't change. So you just use a tuple instead. Why do I have parentheses? This is because this is a tuple. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Alright, so let's do a set. For sets, what should we do? Let's see. Okay, we're gonna do makeup products. And we are going to use curly braces. So for makeup products, I'm talking about like specific like tools, like you have a beauty blender or a brush or a curler for your eyelash. So if people in the chat could put different makeup products. Are they called makeup tools? Curler. Okay, eyelash curler. Thank you. Anything else? Only Jesus? Nobody else can think of makeup products? Okay, brush. Thank you. We could say lip gloss. Okay, mirror. That's a good one. Thank you. Primer. Anything else? Like a tool? Saying blush. Foundation. Okay. Let's see. How many do we have? I think I didn't describe it very well, but it's okay. Yeah, I think I was thinking like tools. Comb, spoon. Oh yeah, spoon, sponge. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna change this to a sponge. Thank you everybody in the chat. Tweezers, that's a good one. Powder puff. Let's see. Lip liner, foundation. Okay, cool. So a set does not allow duplicates. It's also unordered. Yeah, I think tools is probably a better word. Thank you. Okay, so when I print this or it's not a list, it's a set. Spoolie, thank you. Yeah, spoolie is a good one too. Let's see, I'm gonna print makeup tools, _tools, right? Okay, so I run this. And you see, oh, actually, let me go ahead and comment a bunch of this stuff out because we don't really need it. Do I have anything else I need to comment out? What keyboard do you have? Thank you for asking. This is a Keychron keyboard. It is a V6 Max Keychron keyboard. And it has little footsies at the bottom. I'm sorry that it has cat hair on it. You can change it from Windows to Mac iOS. You can use 2.4 gigahertz wireless, or you can use the cable or Bluetooth. It is rechargeable and it has a numpad. So that is information about this. It is a pretty keyboard and you can get it in the TikTok shop and it's linked to this live. How long have I been coding? I've been coding for about 10 years. We are working on, let's see, lists, sets, right? So here's a set. We have makeup tools, curler, brush, mirror, sponge. So when I print this, it gives us sponge, mirror, brush, curler. Why is it doing that? Does anybody know why it's doing that? Why is it like not giving me curler, brush, mirror, sponge? This is a set. Nobody knows why? Okay. The reason why is because it is not ordered. This data structure is not ordered. So it doesn't matter what elements that you put into the set. It's not going to stay in order. So you have to consider that when you're using this type of data structure, whereas a list or tuple will stay in order, right? It doesn't necessarily go backwards because you could run it again. And now it says curler, sponge, mirror, brush. Curler, mirror, brush, sponge. Every time you run it, it could be something different. What determines what order it prints in? That is a good question. If somebody has the answer to that, you can put it in the chat. Yes, it's a set because of the curly braces. Is it only ordered if you use? So this is based on the data structure, right? So a list, this is why we're talking about characteristics. Hi Kuma, you cannot have duplicates. Thank you. It is a orca. Okay, so let's see. We print out, or let's add makeup tools. Makeup _tools dot add. We can add because it's still mutable, right? So let's go ahead and add. What's another tool? A makeup tool. Somebody said tweezers. And I'm gonna print makeup tools again. Right? So then I run this, and now tweezers is added to the set. You can mix types. Yes, you can. Let's see. So we'll do loops in a moment. Lie field. Okay, right. So we can also remove from the set makeup _tools dot remove. And what are we removing? Let's remove brush. And let's print this again. Hi, tomorrow. Okay, so now brush is no longer in the set. You see this? No, you can't use append for a set. For a set, you have to use add. That's the function. You can use append. Okay, but this is also like as I'm thinking about it. Append means add to the end of a list, right? It adds to the end. If you don't have order, you can't add it to the end. So that's why for a set it's just add. It's not append. Good place to get practical experience for a self-taught Python user. You could try doing open source contributions. Yes, I am a real software engineer. Is Java or Python harder? I feel like Java is more complex, but that's probably just it probably reduces the capabilities of Python too much. They're both complex. Yes, I do like using Python for okay, that's, I don't know how to say your name, but the CSV file thing, this is something that I do like doing. CSV files is good for automation. Siri, turn off the air condition. Wait, let me look. What am I doing? What is it called? Oh, you were saying CSV, right? How does a Python apply on a data analyst role? So you can think of Python as a very complicated Excel or spreadsheet. And you can do a lot of cool things that you couldn't do with Excel by itself, but you could also, you can't remove by index for a set because there's no indices. It's not indexable. It's not ordered. Okay, so Mr. Difficult, you were asking how does this work for data analysts? You can also use you can import libraries to create like diagrams and things like that for data analytics. Make the workload less for workers. Yes. Like Numpy, Seaborn, Pandas. Thank you, Hot Boy. I should have thought about saying your name, but it's okay. Can we remove by using index? Not for a set because the set is not indexed. Can you give a use case for a set from a data analysis perspective? Okay, so really quickly, we could say if brush not in makeup underscore tools print by the brush, right? And if I say if the brush is not in makeup tools, and this is makeup tools, right? Actually, let's go ahead and mute, we'll comment these out. So curler, brush, mirror, sponge. If brush is not in makeup tools by the brush, will this run or not? Will it print by the brush? Thank you, Zach. I don't know Fortran. Okay, Zach is saying that by the brush will print. Does anybody, okay, will it print, yes or no? In the chat, please. No. Okay, Albert, Smiggle, no. Jayan, no. Yes, so for everybody saying no, I agree with you. Let's go ahead and run this. And it says process finished. And there's no line because exactly, Jan, because it's already there. But if I say if brush in makeup tools and I say do not buy the brush, then I run this and it says do not buy the brush because this resolves to true because we know that brush is in this set. Hi, Coley. That's really cool that you passed that certification. I haven't heard of it before, but I'm proud of you. Congratulations. Can you finish your PhD project for you, Adu? That is so funny. Okay. Alright, so let's keep going. Why don't I have Copilot automate coding? Because sometimes Copilot is wrong. Is set inherited by a lot of indexable objects? I am confused on what you're saying, but if somebody does understand what Yoga Cat Dude said, you can respond in the comments. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. That was supposed to be the use case or real life use case of makeup tools. Let's see. So, 1 second, please. I got a message and I need to respond to it. Okay, thank you for waiting. Let's see. Good evening. I just know makeup. See, that's why I tried having makeup in here, because then some people who like makeup will be here. Know some cool, fun, free to download. Thank you, Siri. I'm currently writing Python and I've already written 1,500 lines. It's 5 a.m. Okay, what is your name? I don't know how to say your name. Hack code. I think you should go to sleep. I think you should take some rest. How long have you been at this? What line am I on? It's been 51 minutes and I'm on line 50. Hey, that's one line per minute. Okay. Huh, cool, Andre. I'm happy to body double with you. You can listen to me ranting. Alright, so let's do dictionaries right quick, right? Let's go ahead. Mondays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. Can tuples be placed in a dictionary? So, yes. Essentially, the keys of a dictionary cannot be mutable, if I remember correctly. So technically, you could have a tuple as a key in a dictionary. Okay, let's keep going. So, we have a dictionary, right? Oh, no. Okay. Let me check one thing, sorry. Best place to learn Databricks. I don't know Databricks. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Alright. Let's see. So we can go. One more thing. Sorry about that. Okay. Alright. Thank you for waiting. Yes, let's do dictionaries. So now what we can do is do you guys want to do horoscopes and drinks? Thank you for sharing the live. I'm sorry. Thank you also for the gifts. I know I always have a hard time seeing them, but thank you for the gifts. I'm like running out of energy now. It's only been 53 minutes. Sorry, I needed a mental break. I'm tired. How was your guys' days today? I know I'm slowing down right now. If you still want to do dictionaries, loops, and conditional statements, we're gonna keep going, but I'm just tired right now. Thank you, Yoga Cat Dude. Depends on what you're doing. Nogstar. What did Nogstar say? Oh, you're asking if a different language is better. I mean, what's your name? Abu Sama. Like, you know, everybody's just learning, so. Well, sorry, I'm running low on energy, and I didn't really eat much today. Did I eat much? I don't remember. Hello, how are you, Bradley? Yes, C and Python have different use cases. Thank you, Albert. I am Angle. I had a lot of work today, and sometimes it's hard doing live streams right after work, but this time specifically, I didn't have much of a break before I got online to code. I'm gonna put up the README. Oh. I'm sorry, I don't speak French. What was your question, Bradley? Thank you, Joe. I'm tired. I want to do more, but I think I'm kind of reaching a wall or hitting a wall. Because it's like when you work and do like coding and stuff like that, it takes a lot of focus. Or I guess I wasn't doing coding today, but my work doing QA stuff, and it takes a lot of focus. So then like you kind of just need a break. Thanks, Chad. When did DSA make sense to you when you were first learning? DSA, I am a QA engineer. Yeah, I understand ES, I'm sorry. I know that's hard. Am I self-taught Python? Yes. Okay, somebody said, when did DSA make sense to you when you were first learning? So DSA... Oh, I can actually show you a book. This is a Java book, though. So, to understand DSA, you have to really, like, practice a lot. So this is a book. It's something data structures. Think data structures, right? And this is a helpful book, but it's for Java. So you just have to look at a lot of different examples. Do I do LeetCode? Not right now. You have to look at a lot of different examples and try to apply them to your own use cases in a way that makes sense to you. And that's kind of where you have to be creative, because you're like, okay, I read this version. Like, you see here how we did makeup tools, right? So for some people, this might be easier to learn because it might be more relevant to them. Like a set, okay, what about a set? A set is not ordered, not indexable. It is mutable, but it doesn't allow duplicates. If we try to put a brush in the set twice, it won't work because it doesn't allow duplicates, right? But we can remove something, we can add something, that's fine. Geeks for Geeks is also good. I think I do mention it here, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Whoa, sorry, I'm just like, shoop, wall. Like I was good, and then I was like, poof. Anybody want to ask about this keyboard that I'm using? We go clickety clackety clickety clackety. Somebody tell me if it sounds creamy or... You want to learn about the keyboard, ES? So this is a Keychron keyboard, and it is very nice, very cool. I've had it for a year. This one has the numpad. You can hook it up via Bluetooth or 2.4 gigahertz wireless, or you can use the cable. It works for Windows and Mac. So if you want, you can use it for Android or iOS too. It has a USB-C charging port, so you can charge it if the battery gets low. It also has lights, so you can like have a bunch of different lights on your computer, or not your computer, but you can change the lights. You can't see it. One second. Let me unplug this right quick and then I'll show you the lights. Ooh. We're doing a keyboard tutorial. Not quite. Let's see, can you see it? Oh, I'm doing a really bad job of demonstrating this, but it's okay. You use MX keys. Let's see. So, yep. No, I meant like because you can, there's lights, but you can't see it because my lights are too bright, which is ironic. You can see me? Oh my goodness, that was bright. One second. I'm tired. How are all of you doing? Your son's 13 and has been coding for 9 years since they were 4? Let's see, can you see it now? Is it? Nope. Oh, it's still too dark. One second. I'm just gonna turn off the light. I'll be right back. Oh, this is ridiculous. One second. Okay, I have returned. Now let's see if you can see the lights. Oh, you can't. You still can't see very well because... Oh, hey, look. There's lights. You see that? They glow. Now it looks like... Yeah. Looks like you're kind of trying to signal the aliens. Like... What was it? Independence Day? Can I change the color? So you can change the colors. I'm pressing... Oh, look at that. That's a light show. That's interesting. You can buy it on the TikTok shop. It's linked on this live or in my bio. So many lights. Oh wait, it was better back here, huh? Okay, I'm done. Sorry. Thanks for watching. Yes, the alien face. Thanks, Saiyan. Siri, please turn the lights back on. Yay, Siri. Thank you. It's now too dark in here. That is a lot of things. He's 13 years old, has been coding for 9 years, and he has a portfolio? What is this kid doing? Good night, yes, thank you. Thanks, curly haired San. Thanks, Jan. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Difficult. Oh, okay. Who else said that they were tired? Damien. Yeah, I hit a wall. Thank you. Hope all of you have a good night. I'm going to say bye now. Bye. Good night. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you.